2 years ago. However, the government is not responding to their questions, which makes me also more angry. Secondly, like I mentioned earlier, there are privileged policies only for women, such as 30% of government should only be for women, and also it happens also in job employment.
Because they have promoted a lot of educational programs and government policies that actually reduce the gap between the two genders. However, in the developing world, women face educational fairness that can be hard to fathom, such as in Africa and Southeast Asia, and a lot of their cases are actually justified by economic.
What does gender equality mean in the current society? Is it women being equal to men, or men being equal to women? But these have some problems. If we put one gender in as a pivot point and we make the other one revolve around it, even though there are two different genders. Also, gender is one of the social status, is one aspect of among the men's social status. If women are pursuing to be equal to men, which men are they referring to? The rich men, the poor men, the working class, or white men in the 70s America, or the black men? So gender is only one of the aspects among a huge range of social status that cooperate with each other. Genders in its unique aspect and pursue its own values. Thank you.
One of infrastructures. As all of you know, transport is something which is very important to everybody. However, this poses a difficulty to many disabled, especially those who are physically disabled. So, as you can see in this photograph, many buses, actually most buses in Singapore, are already equipped with built-in wheelchair accessibility, such as a ramp as shown in the picture, where the bus captains are actually obliged to help these people with disabilities that have to move around in wheelchairs to get on the bus as well as get off the bus. Besides this, in train stations, in actually all train stations in Singapore, there are also disabled-friendly facilities such as vertical lifts as well as bigger gates by the Youth of Course Initiative. That is another organization that encourages students to take up these projects. This resulted in the final.
So, we would like to talk about now some of the improvements. First, the higher accessibility. In accessibility, we mean accessibility of all of these services to the disabled people in Singapore. Many of these centers, they are located in only a few neighborhoods in Singapore and not across the entire nation. So they are not widely available to many of disabled people over here. So thereby, we feel that at a communal level, all of these BWOs and also health centers will be established to better make use of the facilities and also to help those who are physically and psychologically disabled. Next is the inclusive involvement that we involve more people. Now we are only currently mostly is by students around tier 3 or secondary school level.
The progress rate of Japan and Singapore are known to be quite similar, but in different aspects. Japan is known for its advancement in technology. So, for example, you go to Japan 1 year, 5 years later, you go back to it and you don't recognize it at all. So, there is one piece of in Japan, and also because inclusion of the disabled is actually a societal attitude problem, we would like to tackle it by tweaking minor problems that are occurring in our society today. And in order to do that, we have to look at a country that has many similarities to Singapore, but also has slight differences that we can adapt into our society. So in order to give you a little bit of background about the attitudes of the Japanese towards the disabled, this car, a British stand-up comedian and disability rights activist, she actually travels the world in order to find out about the different.
So this actually generated this debate within Japanese society regarding separation versus inclusion. And this furthermore generated and incited a shift in attitudes from uncertainty within Japanese minds towards how to face these children with disabilities towards more of a kind of conditional inclusion that presumes that these kind of decisions to include people with disabilities into our organizations and into our societies have to be made at the top managerial level without any prejudice based on any preconceived notion that efficiently will be heard by employing people and by including people, and that the company's policy is first and foremost to accommodate these people with disabilities just like you would accommodate a short person by giving them a ladder to reach the top shelf just like everyone else. So moving on to welfare organizations, another form of communal initiatives.
Wheelchair accessible ramps to more train stations and bus stops, as well as while Japan is really very well established. And lastly, in regards to employment, both countries express a general stigma with regards to employing the disabled.